Thank you, Dave. Thank you. In the first conference, I did a prayer and an invocation, calling in all the spirits, calling in Sri Aurobindo, calling in Jean Gebser, calling in Teilhard de Chardin, and Carl Jung. And I also mentioned that when I wrote the book Original Thinking, I researched both the words original and the word thinking. When it came to the word thinking, I found out that in German, French, Dutch, Norse, Frisian, German, and Old Anglo-Saxon, the origin of the word thinking is thanking. It comes from the Proto-Germanic pankas. So it's very important, and it meant to me that at the origin, all our thoughts were prayers. So I am going to say a prayer, but this will be a little different prayer. I'm going to say a prayer having to do with love, and I don't know what's going to be said too, because I'm just going to leave it up to spirit. Creator, thank you for the blessing of being gathered here. Thank you for the blessing of bringing minds and hearts together, and to consider love. Consider love. Ask your Creator, what is love? Is it love when the mountain looks over the valley? Oh yeah, that feels like love. It's love when the mountain calls the clouds that bring the rain to the mountain, that grow the trees that feed the rivers, and the rivers flow down into the valley. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. The mountains are in love with the valley. Oh, that beautiful valley gets to be fed by the mountains, learns how to receive. Thank you. And Creator, beloved Creator, is it love when the rains come from the clouds and they come down to the parched earth? Is it love then? Is the parched earth like receiving kisses from her long lost lover? Are the waters underneath the earth and the waters in the clouds and the waters up in outer space, are they ever really separated? Or are they just like long lost lovers that write love letters to each other? And the ground below, when it needs rain, it calls upon the clouds to bring down the rain. Oh yeah, that feels good. Thank you. Thank you, beloved Creator. Thank you so much. And when I feel the warmth of the sun, is that love? Feels like it to me. When the sun allows me to feel warm, it's like wrapping me in a blanket. Oh, thank you. Thank you, beloved Creator. And when I breathe the air that's keeping me alive, it must be alive. When I breathe in that air, the same air that the ancestors have breathed in, is that love? I think so. It's love. And when I drink the water, when I drink the water, that's when I really feel love, because my heart inside my chest that beats like was done this morning with the heartbeat of the drum. That is water also. And when I look at all the rivers, streams, lakes, when I see all the waters of Mother Earth, I feel like Mother Earth has a heart. And Mother Earth is extending her heart out through her arteries, veins, capillaries. Oh yeah, that feels like love. And I can feel the same thing in my heartbeat. Thank you. And when I go down to Mother Earth, Pachamama, when I kiss the ground or when I lie on the ground, when I feel the vibration of the earth, when I lie down there with the earthworms named after her mother, when I lie there with the grasses, that feels like love. And that feels eternal. That feels eternal. Love feels eternal. And I ask you, beloved Creator, this is a difficult time. People feel division. People feel alienation. People are in polarities. People don't know how to agree in a common set of facts anymore. What is it that can help them dissolve their differences? It's love. Because love, like water, dissolves all differences, takes all in. We're talking about unity and diversity. Water can take everything in. Love can take everything in. Doesn't really matter if somebody disagrees with you about politics or anything. There's room. We're all five-fingered ones. And we're not disconnected from anything. We're not disconnected from anything. We have 98% the same DNA as a chimpanzee and 50% the same DNA as a banana. We are interconnected with all there is. And that feels like love. And when I've heard about people that are about to die, people that have had so-called near-death experiences, probably they aren't near-death experiences, they're death experiences. They just happen to go on living after. And in these death experiences, wow, people feel love everywhere. They feel everything is interconnected and they don't have any sense of time. They see things flash before their eyes. And if they flash before their eyes, it's because it's there all along. And then they're just one time they're able to access the infinite. And it's so beautiful. And whatever it is, Creator, whatever it is, through the support of the ancestors, through meditation, through mindfulness, through prayer, whatever it is, I ask, Creator, that each and every person here is loved, that they feel love, that they know that they are loved, and that they move very fluidly, and that all unfolds in beauty. Aho mitakuye. So, actually, all right, I'll do this. So the conference is about the emergence of integral consciousness. And my talk is about love and the future human. So what does love have to do with the emergence of integral consciousness? Everything. It has everything to do with it. Love has been here always. I mean, the old stories, the stories from Empedocles, this is ancient story. It's told by the ancient Greeks, but it goes back. It's really very cross-cultural. And in The Origin of the Cosmos, Empedocles spoke about the four roots. He named them gods and goddesses: Zeus, Hera, Nestes, Adonis. Later on, they were interpreted to be fire, air, water, earth. But he named them gods and goddesses because he knew they had personalities. He knew they were intertwined. And that's the way the elements are. The elements are never separated. Anybody that's been to Hawaii can see this happen right before your eyes, or any place where there's an active live volcano, and you can see liquid fire coming out of Mother Earth and flowing to the sea and creating more land. You got all the elements happening right there. So the elements are never really separated. But Empedocles also said that in the origin of the cosmos, there were the four roots and there was love. Love was what united the elements. Love is what brought the elements together. But he also said that the cosmos wasn't fully formed until another force came in, and he named that force strife. And ever since then, love has beget strife, and strife begets love. If you're in pain, love can heal. But it's not always permanent. It's going to shift. It's going to change. And strife has a purpose. As we learned when we were in Oroville and we were at the ashram, the divine loves crises. The divine loves crises. And the divine is having a good time now because we have a lot of crises happening at the same time. We absolutely do. In the early times for the Greeks, what we've been talking a lot in this conference about the deficient rational. But in the early times for the Greeks, that really was the efficient rational. The very word rational comes from ratio, and it refers to a divine proportion between things. So it's about relationship. And so for the ancient Greeks, it was about beauty. It was about beauty. When things are in divine proportion, they are beautiful. They make one gasp, which is the origin of the word aesthesis, which was another topic that we were talking about in the online presentation from Mike Purdy, one of the oldest Gebserian members. A beautiful presentation. So yeah, love, divine proportion can be very beautiful. But now let's face it, we're in a fractional era. We're in an era where I think came through in the prayer where we can't agree on a common set of facts. We got ideas like, oh, we're going to have alternative facts. Well, facts never mean anything anyway, unless they're part of a theory. There's no such thing as true facts. They have to be put into a theory. They have to be part and parcel of something. So we've gotten a little bit off kilter. And in our romantic relationships, we've gotten a little bit off kilter. But something else is coming. Something else is coming. And this has been spoken of already in this conference. There's human love and divine love. But I also feel, because in New Mexico, I hang out with a lot of Native Americans, and it's probably because I'm Basque, Otagon, Spanish, and Jewish. The Basque part of me, they were sheep herders. So I don't know why, but I gravitated to the Navajo, who are also sheep herders. And for me, love, what's coming is a remembrance of love for Mother Earth. Sri Aurobindo talks about involution and evolution. And I encourage people to read Savitri, which I haven't read the whole thing at all, but it's so beautiful. Everything I hear is so beautiful. And when Sri Aurobindo writes poetry about involution and evolution, it almost makes me cry because it's all about the spirit that's descending into matter, but the way that he speaks about it, it's like the lotus, and the lotus is rooting itself in the muck and mire of the water. All of that. Purusha is Sat Chit Ananda, being, consciousness, bliss, descends all the way into matter and is completely involved with all there is. That's love. Ananda is often spoken of as love. It's definitely one of the forces, just like Empedocles is speaking about. So in the Vedic cosmological system, also love is there in the beginning. So that love is descending, it's into matter, and then it's re-emerging in the inverse order in which it originally unfolded. It's unfolding. The lotus is unfolding its petals, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Everybody is attracted to the love of flowers. Thank you, Lisa, for getting these beautiful flowers. So, yeah. This is unfolding. And what is happening, I feel, is in the beginning, we were completely interconnected with Mother Earth. We were completely interconnected with Mother Earth, as were all the other beings. In fact, I would go this far to say that the human that we see today was not the human before. Before there was a human body, there was a human spirit. And that's the way it is with all things. Essence precedes form. Essence precedes form. So in the beginning, in the formation of Mother Earth, we're all interconnected, and all the beings of Mother Earth. The earth is a fluid welling mass. It's just all water, all love, all water. And all the beings, the microscopic beings, are just like cells within a planetary body. There is no separation. There is no mother. There is no other. There's just love, original love, divine love, interconnected love. Now, in Gebser's terms, this would be called the archaic. This is the archaic. But this is an access point. This is something we can always source. It's still within us. Nothing has ever left. The idea that human beings evolved beyond small cellular organisms, in my mind, is preposterous. Because if you look, when they did the Human Genome Project, they did it to try to find out how humans were unique. And instead, they found out, as I mentioned before, we have all this, we have 98% the same DNA as a chimpanzee and 50% as a banana. We have more than 50% non-human cells, supposedly. Well, somebody's using the wrong labels. If we have more than 50% of something, then we don't really understand what it is to be human, do we? And maybe it's because the human is evolving with Mother Earth. The human is evolving with Mother Earth, and our oldest ancestor is Luca. And I don't mean Luka Doncic, who plays basketball. Luca, the ancient bacterial one, that ancestor is still within us, and we still have all these ancestors within our gut. And we still have the viruses and the bacteria within our gut. They're pushing evolution. Something happened with COVID. Something happened with COVID. Something very special, actually, because that's a push of evolution. We don't completely understand it, but it's not a great idea to make COVID or viruses the enemy. We can be in balance. We can be in balance with it all. So what's coming? I would say the future human has not been born yet. The supramental consciousness, in a way, it is here. And in a way, it is not fully permeated through the culture yet. But it is here. It is here because it was always present. Just like a seed has in latent potential everything that's going to happen. That's the ever-present origin. But there's a future human, as Sri Aurobindo talks about. It's really beyond the supramental. So the supramental is one step only, and then we're going to evolve beyond that. I think it's absolutely essential that we evolve to the point where we understand that we are again one with Mother Earth. Because if we don't do that, our species is in jeopardy of becoming extinct. Now, I'm an optimist. I don't take more than 1 minute. And Dave, with all my love, I'm going to tell you, I never worry about anything because worry is reverse prayer. Worry is reverse prayer. So but I do, I am concerned. I am concerned that what we need to do with humanity right now is recognize our radical interdependence. If we do that, we will survive. And more than survive, we will thrive, we will mutate into what the future human is. We will begin to see that there's no separation between us. We will get to the point where Ramana Maharshi was asked, how should we treat others? And his reply was, there are no others. And that's really true. There are no others. We are, in a way, we are still the cells within a planetary body. We're still radically interconnected. This group is like a soul group, so it might be easy to see this here. Go out, as was mentioned by John Dotson last night in his wisdom, go out to like Fifth and Market, and when you see people that are in a very fragmented consciousness, then see if you can maintain that feeling of wholeness within you, that feeling of compassion, that feeling of acceptance, and accept them. We really have to accept everyone. I've been impressed by a lot of human beings to accept everyone. Nobody is the problem, one person. We're all coming out of a zeitgeist. And we're all so much more alike than different. So that's really, for me, that's what love is. Love is that full acceptance of humanity, but not just humanity, of Mother Earth, all the elements, the air, the fire, the water, the grasses, the flowers, the trees, the bees, because we wouldn't be here at all without any one of those. So thank you. I just give great gratitude. Thank you for this group. Thank you for this conference. Thank you for the blessing of being here today. Thank you for the honor of being among you as we do this important work. Because as I surreptitiously placed in the program, we are all responsible for bringing the integral consciousness, each and every one of us. So thank you. Love to you. Thank you.